G'day and welcome to Aussievision. Today we are talking about one of the hot favourites from last year's cancelled contest, and it's Iceland. It's Daði with 10 years. He's coming in with an awesome music video, a new app game called Think About Aliens, and even some promotional beer in Iceland. But can Daði break Iceland's 35 years at the contest without a Eurovision win? So without further ado, we're going to go straight into the jury scores. We have a team of 4 of us today. We're going to give a score out of 10 for jury appeal. So when we're ready in 1, 2, 3. All right, pretty consistent across the board. Josh, you've given the highest score. Why have you given 7 for Daði from the juries?
I didn't think that was that high. Yeah, I think it's going to do like decently well. I just feel like they're going to, I don't know, like it has that retro vibe that juries will like. I feel like the vocals will be good, although he's not exactly doing anything challenging either. I think the staging will be good. Like he sort of has that kind of effortless kind of vibe, like he doesn't really care, but I'm sure he does. So yeah, I think he'll do decently well overall. Yeah, probably, I don't know, top 3-ish, mate? Nah, I don't know, probably like 4th in the semi, maybe. He'll be up there. He'll do decently well, but yeah, I can't see it being a showstopper.
And Fleur, how do you think Daði's going to go with the jury?
Oh, if we're talking retro, I think you've got like Denmark, and I think that's a better song. I'm sorry. I think About Things was a better song as well. I don't get this one. I just don't understand the fandom towards Iceland. I don't know. Staging, it comes across High School Musical-ish, really. That's what the whole thing I get. That's what I get out of it. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot different to what most of the fandom see. I don't know. It's just me. But yeah, this song itself, this is not the best song in the semi, let's be honest. That's why I've given it a 6.
Hey, Hugo, what are your thoughts?
It's not the worst, but yeah, it's very middling for me.
And Hugo, what are your thoughts?
I think from a jury perspective, all the things that the juries really like in previous years is not really hitting that much. Like Daði, he sings the song well, but he's not, like Josh said, he's not a supreme vocalist. But that's not necessarily his music style. In terms of radio friendliness, I couldn't really hear this on the radio. Some retro type music is a bit back in vogue, but I don't think this is very radio friendly. This sort of goes more towards synth pop rather than 80s inspired, I think. I just don't think Daði's style of music really lends itself towards the juries. I still think it could do okay, because I think it is still a good song. I think it's a very professional production. Daði works well on it, but overall, I just think it's just not going to be a hit with the juries.
I have to agree with all of you there. When it comes to the jury score, I feel like it's a bit of a mystery. Like I don't know how they're going to take it. There's a little bit of a quirk. Vocally, yeah, I agree with you guys. Like it's very in the middle. It doesn't take it anywhere. But then the backing choir, that does give a moment near the end. But yeah, it's a bit of a mystery how the jury will take it as an overall package. Okay, so now we'll look at the Televote. Again, we're going to give a vote out of 10 on Televote appeal. So when you guys are ready, real good?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. What are your Televote scores? All right. 8.5, 7, 7.5, and a 6. We'll start with you, Fleur. You gave a 6.
Yeah, because I see the main competition with this song, with this, the performance going to be San Marino, Moldova, and Denmark, and I think all 3 are superior. Yeah. From what I've seen. Senate, I mean, she's putting on something every second week, and I think she's going to bring it. We're not going to talk about San Marino too much in this video cast. Yeah, Denmark again, and we know, and this is following Moldova, and I think this is what's going to hurt this song the most. It's the fact that it's following Moldova, because we know Moldova are going to nail staging. So yeah, that's my main reason for the 6, just where it lies in the running order.
And Hugo, what do you think?
I think it just depends on who knows him from last year. I feel there could be quite a lot of, not necessarily sympathy votes, but because this still is a good entry, I think, and it's catchy and all that. But I think maybe some people will vote, oh, I liked him last year, I'll vote for him again this year. It just depends what percentage of that is the fans and the audience. I think they'll bring funky staging. I think it's a little bit quirky, which will grab people's attention. But I think overall, it just doesn't have any particular moment to really stand out with the televote. I think it's very solid. It's good for what it is, but I just think it just lacks a moment to really say, vote for me.
And Josh, what do you think with the televote for Dadi's entry?
Yeah, I really agree with Hugo. I feel like, they'll have a lot of goodwill from their entry last year. I feel like everybody knows they probably would have won last year, and we all feel bad for them. I feel like the Eurovision movie also, that was like set in Iceland. I feel like that will give them a boost. I think, it'll do decently well, like 4 to 6-ish, but I do feel like it has some stiff competition from like San Marino, Finland, Serbia, Moldova when it comes to the televote. So that's why I ranked them where I did.
Yep. So I gave the high score out of all you guys at 8.5. And I really feel like for once in a year, Eurovision watchers that maybe didn't even listen to Dadi's entry last year, the whole green jumpers, the retro feel might still appeal to some people, or be surprised, have a little bit of that shock factor or interest. But overall, probably not as popular as last year's entry. But I do see possibly some appeal overall. But what do you guys think about the whether his chances at going to the grand final and his placing in the semi-final results? Fleur.
Oh, how do I feel about this one? It's borderline for me. Look, I think it might just. Yeah, I think it's going to be somewhere between 8th and 11th.
Okay.
12th maybe. Only because, like we do have, I think, other songs that I think are surefire qualifiers. I don't see this one as being surefire because I do think it's a lot weaker. I mean, obviously I do. Like I said, I don't think it's going to come dead last. But it's very, like I said, it's a very middling song for me. I don't know.
And Hugo?
I think my heart says this is sailing through, but that's probably based a lot off last year. Yeah. Again, I agree with a lot of what Flo was saying. I think it's borderline in rather than borderline out. It would be a massive, while I don't think it's sailing through, it would still be a massive, massive shock if it did miss the grand final. I think the song, it's just a little bit middling. When I hear it, I think it's catchy, but I don't really seek it out. So I'm not sure how that's going to relate to once-a-year viewers voting in the semi-final, perhaps. I think overall, I think it will make it. I think it'll find the votes from somewhere, and I do think it will make it, but I don't think it's a sure thing.
And Josh?
Yeah, I agree with the others. I feel like the song isn't the best, but I think it is a surefire qualifier for sure. But I do feel like it is in quite a weak semi-final, and looking at who's on there, I feel like it probably will do a lot better than it deserves to do, because you look at the lineup and it's like, who's gonna beat them? Like, it's more people. I feel like people's votes will just default to Iceland because they don't want to give them to the other songs.
Well, I have to agree with all your points again. I do feel like he's going to qualify for sure. Probably more the 6th or 5th to 10th. But then again, I do feel like it's going to appeal across the board overall. Okay, so now for average scores. Okay, so when it comes to the average scores, we gave the jury score a 6.37 and the televote a 7.25. So we definitely feel like it's more of a televote, slightly more of a televote grabbing song than a jury favourite. But looking at the scores, more than likely a qualify into the grand final. So thank you very much for joining us in this video. Thank you very much to the Aussievision team for joining us today. Check out our other YouTube videos in our YouTube channel, and have a great day. Thank you. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.